This shoe with a review of the Luka 3 for a size 9.5. It weighs about 395 grams and it feels lighter than what the digits show. It's a very lightweight feeling shoe. It's already the third one. For me, the Luka 1s and 2 didn't really fit me very well. It was kind of narrow and short, and it had these pinky plate killer, pinky toe killer plates at these areas. I guess for some people that works, but for me, when I was aggressively moving around, I felt this kind of provides a solid metallic blockade to bruise my toes. So if that works for you, great. This will work for you too. If you feel the same way I did about the previous Lucas, this will be a problem. Size-wise, it's narrow and kind of short, but it's got a crazy, stupid, ridiculously, annoyingly, effed up dead space on the toe box area. Not that different from the twos and the ones. Space, tightness, shortness. So I would say you should actually go up half a size at least, even if you have a very narrow foot. And if you have a relatively wide foot, don't get the shoe. And if you must, I would advise going up a whole size up, just to be safe and not get bloody toes. The traction pattern is interesting. It's wavy, turning, but again, traction pattern when it's got this angular wavy pattern all around, it doesn't really work great. It looks good. In theory, they should be great, but not great. I think the ones and twos have relatively similar or maybe better traction, and just like the ones and twos, this is a bit of a dust sensitive traction pattern. Yeah, as you can tell. Yeah, very forgiving and flowing. That should not be the way. Traction patterns, it should be simple and kind of rigidity, and it would bite. This does not bite as well. Not a bad traction if you're playing on clean courts or you're gonna roll the shoe in asphalt or outdoor settings, but yeah. So the cushioning, they have the Cushlon 3.0, but it's not all throughout the shoe. They selectively laced it on the medial side of the shoe, and these other parts, it's a foam carrier, probably Phylon or EVA or something denser and cheaper. The Cushlon 3.0, relatively compared to the ones, twos are a bit softer. Compared to two, the three is just a little bit softer all around, but not fantastically. It's still not as good as Adidas Response or traditional Lunalon or something with Zoom Air. It does not come even close to those shoes. It's just relatively okay. You can feel that there's some kind of a foam that's better than generic ordinary foams straight out of a factory in some fourth world country. But nothing fantastic. If you remember the 3.0 Cushlons, they were laced thinly around the Jordan 38s, and the Jordan 38s had a full-length zoom strobel and the Cushlon 3.0, but did it provide any upgrades to the usual strobel setting like the ones you've experienced in the Jordan 36? I would say the 36 felt even better than the 38. So Cushlon 3.0, I don't know, maybe they need to be slabbed in a thicker layer or something, but not that great. You can clearly feel the difference between the plushness on the medial side and the lateral side and the parts that are not having the Cushlon 3.0, because these are cheap-ass generic foams around. So yeah, minimal, better, not by a long but not by a huge margin though. Plushness, yes, very nicely cushioned all around. You don't feel any pinching sensation or anything like that, but the shoe is not exactly the most breathable. And yeah, this part, depending on the shape of your foot, I suppose, and the way you move, it might come to pinch you a little bit. That these parts might hurt you a bit as you wear the shoe. And what's this? Adidas three-stripe reminiscent of a design. I don't know what you were going for, Nike or Jordan brand. This just screams Adidas. Just don't do that. What the hell are you doing? Maybe you guys just got a spy from Adidas working in there. So I had nothing really great to say about this shoe so far. The insole is also crap. This is a downgrade from the Luka 2, which had Dreamcell insole, which was fantastic, which actually adds to the cushioning and comfort overall. So this does nothing like the line from the Simpsons episode. Ah, the goggles do nothing. My eyes, yeah. Or the insoles do nothing. My foot. So, inferior insole, not crazy upgrades all around. The design looks very kiddie, but one thing great about this shoe is this ISO plate. This is out of this freaking world. I the pinching pinky part, I think that's necessarily not great, but the plastic ISO plate extends from the lateral side all the way to this whole blade of your foot, if you might want to call that. So yeah, it really provides a great solid anti-ankle rollover mechanism. I If you remember the shoe called Ectio, there was a brand that focused only on providing anti-ankle rollover protection for the shoe. This is kind of what it feels like, if not even better than the brand that only focused on that protection. This is crazy. You will never roll your ankle unless your whole body is like going, tumbling. So yeah, ankle protection, this is the greatest ever. But it's got its side effects though, because it's so firm, it's so hard, and it's so sturdy. These little parts, depending on the shape of your foot, if you lace them tight and you're moving around, the rigidity here, especially in contrast to other parts, it just pinches and hurts you. It's a bruiser. But if your foot, just lace the shoe up tight and walk around and see if this pinches or hurts or not. If not, you have a great ankle protection shoe there. But overall, unimpressive upgrade, whether it's traction, cushioning, or fit, especially in design and the insole. A bit of a disappointment, but great ankle protection.